What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, I'm hoping we can wrap up the 57 Chevy. In fact, crossing my fingers, I've got most of it wrapped up already, including building a bunch of custom AN lines for the power steering, and that custom power steering pump has been a lot of work. It's been a long day, but it's full of power steering fluid. This car has not been started in probably a month and a half to 2 months now. The distributor timing is not set, so I'm thinking we should hook a battery up to it, throw the keys in it, and see what it does. So I'm going to run over here. I'm going to grab the keys. My shop is a mess. I am desperate just to be able to get this car out of here, and we're not done yet, guys. My first step before going any further is making sure of a couple things. Number one, that this new power steering reservoir, this remote mounted reservoir, doesn't have any leaks between here, the pump, and the gearbox back there. That's a big one. Next, transmission cooler lines. I got to make sure those don't leak, because once I put the cooling fan in here, nothing else is going to fit in here. And then, of course, we've got the fuel pump, which I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with the routing of this line. I don't know. I'm not sure that I like the way that this line is going, resting up on the lower radiator hose either. So I'm not happy with anything at this point. Those AN lines were a bear to make, especially this 10 AN fitting line right here. This thing is huge, guys. And I thought this was going to be a high pressure line. It's not. It's a low pressure line. It's actually the feed from the reservoir to the pump. And then it goes high pressure, which is PTFE lined and braided steel, over to the box. And then the return line is a low pressure line. Let's put the, there we go. Let's put the negative cable on it. I think I've got everything hooked up. It's got no coolant. What did I do with the keys? They're in my pocket. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I also found that once I reinstalled my windshield wiper gear motor, the box, my air filter doesn't fit anymore. This beautiful, expensive air filter no longer fits. Please, 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 please. I hear a CD changer. Come on, girl. Oh, she wasn't happy about that. I saw her backfire out of the carburetor. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she is not happy. Okay, that's fine. Man, I know I got this distributor on right, and I'm sure I've got it almost where it needs to be. Let's find out. Well, I'd sure hate to burn the car down, like, after all this work, right? Oh, she just... Great. Great. Yeah, splashing gasoline all over this fresh chrome intake. Must be going the wrong way with it then. Uh-oh. I can't go any further. It's hitting it's hitting the freaking coil. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. The distributor's hitting the coil. Oh, it's always something with this thing, man. Yeah, it's always something. She's running. It needs to go further back. Come on. Nah, she's not having it. She's not having it. That distributor's got to go further back, and then she'll run. Give me a second, guys. Let me see what I can do to adjust this distributor, considering the coil's literally right in the way. Well, I've turned it back a little bit more, hoping we get it just close enough to start. I need to know that things are okay. You know what I mean? Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Power steering. We're getting there. We're getting there. Woo! Long time no here, my friend. Oh, man. power steering fluid. She's definitely sucked all that up. Look at that. Look at all that air. There we go. There we go. Circulate, baby, circulate. I don't see any leaks. Fuel? I don't think so. Trans? I don't think so. Oh man, it's smoky in here. I'm gonna have to shut her off pretty quick. She sounds good though. There's that power steering. There we go. She sounds good. Make sure we still got gears. Oh yeah. Oh, she died. That's all right. Timing is still off. I mean, it sounds good though. She does. She sounds real good. Lights. I gotta open this door. I can't let it run long. Whew. Oh my goodness. Wow. Can't let it run long. There's no coolant in it. I just want to make sure that everything is together. Everything is okay. It looks good, man. Oh, yeah. Everything is looking real good. Power steering is calmed down a little bit. I don't see any leaks coming from the pump, coming from the gearbox back here. I made all of these lines myself, guys. I'm actually really proud of those. I don't see any fuel leaking anywhere. I don't smell anything. I don't see any oil leaking. Good. All right. Well. Oh, we got power steering fluid splattered all over the place here. That's nice. Made a good little mess here, didn't we? That's all right. We'll clean it up. Not a big deal. I'm gonna have to shut her off. Obviously, can't leave her running with see, the temp's already starting to come up on her. There we go. See? Oh, no, she spewed. Yeah, go ahead and shut her down. All I wanted was just to make sure that before I go starting to button things up like a cooling fan and the upper radiator hose, things that we're not going to be able to undo easily, I just wanted to make sure nothing was leaking. Everything was good. And I know you're probably looking at this AN line down here and you're thinking, oh my God, what are you doing, Randy? Yeah, that is, it's as bad as it looks. It's pretty, ooh. Okay, that part doesn't move. Hell, I was just looking at it myself going, what are you doing, man? You see the control arm moves, that part does not move. Everything looks pretty good, guys. It's late, so I'm gonna call it a night. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and of course we'll put a radiator hose on it and a cooling fan. We'll get it wired up, put some coolant in it, and with any luck, tomorrow we can adjust that distributor just a hair. We're gonna have to move that advance out of the way a little bit. But I think once we dial in the timing, this thing's gonna be nice, guys. Look at it. I mean, it looks so good. So good. I'm very proud of this. This has been so much work. But look at her, man. Well worth it. Almost ready for power tour. We just gotta do all of that once I get all of this done. Well, after destroying my shop for the last 2 months, working on this every opportunity that I had, I think we finally got it, although I just discovered a little bit of a leak. Looks like a power steering leak. It's still a mess, guys, but it's getting there, man. I got to figure out what to do about an air filter. I guess I'm gonna have to find a different one. It's running great. It's full of coolant. I've got the cooling fan wired up. It's not, there it is. And even with the cooling fan on, with the headlights, we're still pushing almost 15 volts, guys. And let me tell you, that fan moves a ton of air. Wow. That's incredible how much air is being pulled through there. She seems to like it. It all fits nicely. Everything seems to be working like it's supposed to. Got a Mishimoto silicone hose for the top. I keep changing my mind on what parts I'm going to be using on the car, but we're going to move this up here, get all this out of the way. Obviously, we don't want any of this sitting on the engine. Button up all of that stuff down there. I've got the timing set somewhere around 15, maybe 15, 16 degrees before top dead center. She seems to be pretty happy there. It's running great. Temperature gauge is sitting nice and low. I mean, this is going to be perfect for power tour, guys. Take a look at this temperature gauge. And I've been letting it just sit here and idle for the longest time. Look at that. It stays nice and cool. I've got one of those fail-safe type of thermostats for this thing. So there's that fan again. So the fan just kicked on, and look where that gauge is. See what I mean? She's keeping it nice and cool, man. This is going to be perfect for power tour. And then, of course, next we've got to plumb in the air conditioning. That's going to be a lot of fun. Give her a little rev. She sounds good, man. She sounds really, really good. Shut her off. See how it starts back up again. I've seen better. Power steering is working. It's not whining. No noises, which is always good. Although I do need to figure out where we're leaking from. I see it dripping under the car, but I don't see a leak. Like, if you open the reservoir, take a look, it's full. So, and I'm looking at my hoses here, and it's dripping from like right here, right where these control arms are. I just don't see anything. I mean, the only thing it can be is either this one right here or this one right here. These aren't leaking. There's nothing coming out of that. There's nothing down there at the bottom, but I don't see anything here either. So, a little bit confused where it's coming from. Do we have anything? Ah, wait a minute. Right here. The high pressure line. There it is. That's the one you don't want it to be. You know what I mean? Yep, it's leaking out of the high pressure line. It's always something. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I fixed it. That took a little bit of work. But we got it. I had to use my grinding disc here to trim down the very end of that high pressure line that sits down there, and then I just reused the fittings and everything, put it back together. No more leaking, and this time I moved it a little bit this way, further this direction, so it's not just dripping straight down. I want to be able to see it and where it's coming from. So now, oops, I bumped you guys. Everything looks good. There was a tiny leak up here earlier on the high pressure side. I tightened all that down. We've got all the hoses out of the way. Power steering reservoir is intact and looking good. I don't have my air cleaner. I've got to find. See, everything in there looks like it's working like it's supposed to. No coolant leaks, no fuel leaks. Good pressure on the cooling system. Cooling fan is working. I buttoned up all the wiring. You can see where I zip tied everything. Made it look really nice. Cooling fan is running like it's supposed to. I mean, she's looking pretty good, guys. The only question now is will the hood close? And can we take her on a test drive? I wish I could find that stud for my air cleaner. It's got to be, yeah, down here somewhere. I'll find it later. It's not going to hurt the car to just run it for a little bit with no air cleaner. But take a look, guys. There it is. What do you think? Let me shut this all off here and take her out for a quick ride. Make sure she's good to go. There's also an expansion tank that I want to add for this. It's on the old radiator. I keep forgetting about that. I ought to do that now, but I'm not going to. This right here, this will match nicely, won't it? I think that's gonna look really good. We're gonna put this on so that there is a little expansion tank, a little bit of extra coolant in there for her. I am so pleased with how this whole project has turned out. I just wish it hadn't taken me so long to get it all done. Will it close? Haha, yes. Yes. There it is, guys. Oh man, and with an updated alternator, you know, a newer one-wire alternator that's putting out a good solid almost 15 volts. I'll bet my headlights are brighter with the LEDs and everything. I'm gonna have to go get her some gas. She sputters a little bit. I wonder if I got a slight vacuum leak. Oh man, it's the first time this thing's been out of the shop in months. Wow. Oh man. This is so nice. There you are. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man. It's nice having her back out on the road, guys. She's gonna need to be driven a little bit. She's been sitting for a while. Probably take her down and get some fresh 93 octane gasoline. There we go. It didn't shift. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. That's not how that's supposed to go. It didn't shift. Oh. You know why? I'll bet I know why. I forgot the kickdown cable is like stuck. Yep, kickdown cable is stuck. That's something else I intended to get onto, and I forgot about it. That's right. I don't know what's going on with this kickdown cable. Boy, we revved her up pretty good too, guys. This kickdown cable right here is sticking out. I don't know if it's supposed to be open, or I imagine it's supposed to be closed. Oh, great. If it's not one thing, it's another. You know what I mean? If it's not one thing, it's another. It's like it's stuck in kickdown mode. If we were to pull this out all the way like that, let's try that out, guys. Let's see how that does. I don't think that's gonna fix our problem though. It's the transmissions run off of vacuum. Shift points are based on vacuum. I wonder if that's not going to be the kickdown that's causing it not to shift, guys. That's going to be the vacuum modulator's like disconnected. That's what it is. I bet it came off from underneath the car when I was messing around with replumbing everything. I'll put money on it. And so that means we got a vacuum leak as well. No shifting. Yeah, no shifting at all. Stuck in first. Can we manually shift it to second? No. Interesting. Stuck in first gear. It's always something, guys. Always something with these damn cars, man. Why is the power steering squealing? Oh, come on, man. I ain't got time for this. Power steering's whining. Well, she was getting on it solid there for a minute, guys. I was hoping to take this out to see my mom tonight, go to the movies. Let's see. She's a little frothy. Definitely still got some air in it. Well, hell, man. Oh, no. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. I'm so sick of this. So sick of this. Well, that's why she's frothy. Looks like hose popped. Question. Oh yeah, look, it sprayed everything. Oh yeah, all over. The question is, where did it come from? I don't know. Everything over here looks good. I don't see any. Oh, wait. Yep, it's that same line again. I think. I'm about to hang it up on this car for today, guys. You know, it's just when you put so many hours into something and you just keep having problems, you know, it's not the car's fault. Obviously, I'm the one that built the lines. I'm the one that's been putting this thing together. It's frustrating, aggravating, and you just get to the point where you're just done. You know what I mean? These stupid lines. I don't even understand what could have gone wrong, because everything down here looks good, guys. Look at that. Everything looks good. Everything looks good, except you get to here, and I don't even know. I'm gonna have to get a light on it, and I got to clean all this freaking mess up, and I got to get under it and figure out the modulator. It's right here. Oh yeah, it's not on. It's completely loose. So I'm gonna have to jack the car up, get under it, plug the modulator back in, and try to figure out where this leak is coming from. Let's try this again. As far as the power steering leak, can't find it. Can't find it at all. I'm not quite sure where that came from. Unless it came out of the breather hole that's in the breather hole that's in that cap for the power steering. I'm just not sure. We're gonna take it out for another drive. The modulator hose had fallen off like I had expected it did. Power steering's working, it's not whining. Hopefully it shifts this time. Because if it doesn't, we got bigger problems. There it is, shifted fine. Perfect. Shifted again. Perfect. Perfect. Oh man. All right, now we're on the road, guys. And I burnt my arm on the exhaust. Of course, that's how it goes, right? This car has just been fighting me like every step of the way. I feel like I've been fighting this car. I probably, honestly, should have left it alone. There was nothing wrong with the old intake and everything. I should have just left it alone. Car probably would have been fine for years and years to come. I think I need to crank up the idle speed on this a little bit. Shifts great. Shifts great. That is perfect, guys. Now let's get it back in the shop and see if we got power steering fluid all over the place again, because I just cleaned it up. I got so many other projects to get onto today. I didn't think this was going to take that long. I really didn't. I should have known better. I should have known better. All right, here we go. Let's hope the underside isn't coated in power steering fluid, although I guess I wouldn't really be surprised if it was, because something was spewing everywhere, right? Sounds like cooling fan is still running. Got to turn that idle up just a hair. It's fine in park. Yep, there it is again, everywhere. It's sprayed freaking everywhere again. And we have no idea where it's coming from. Lovely. Lovely. Yep, frothy, got air in the system again. Oh, remember earlier when I said I'm about done with this car for today? I'm telling you guys. Seems like that cooling fan's staying on now. It's running too long. Why? What's going on? Did we knock into a wire or something? No? Everything seems to be all good. And it's not actively leaking. It's like only when I'm driving. And now the cooling fan won't turn off. Okay. Seriously, I'm about to give up, man. The cooling fan is stuck on now, apparently. See if we turn the key on. Does it just come on with ignition? Yeah, there's no reason for that fan to be on. Look at the temp gauge. No reason for that fan to be... Oh, there it goes. It shut off. Okay. Well, let's grab a light. I just cleaned all this up. I mean, obviously, leaks don't fix themselves, guys. So I did not expect that the leak was gone, but I will say I really hoped that the leak was gone. Makes such a mess under here. Look at this. I mean, it's all up here, but I can't tell, is it coming from the back or is it coming from the front? It's not coming from up here. The belt isn't wet. It's not really that wet over here. It's got to be coming from the back. I don't see anything in the back either. Everything back here completely covered and flooded in power steering fluid, but I can't tell where it's coming from. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like it's coming from the gearbox. I'm at a loss, man. I'm at a total loss here. This is wild. It's not leaking. So this is the hose I fixed. It's not leaking out of that. It's not leaking out of the pump at all. I can clearly see there's nothing on the pump. The lines on the reservoir itself down here. Oh, wait a minute. There's actually fluid looks like it's coming out of the top. What? It is. Fluid is pouring out of the top of this. Is this where it's coming from? Is it somehow pushing? Are we missing an O-ring? There's something going on here, guys. I need to look into this, because look, there's fluid all over this. And earlier I suspected that maybe it was pumping. There's a breather hole right here. I was wondering if it's shooting out. And if you look, isn't that perfect where it's coming from? Like it's spewing all over the hood and then running down. I think it is. I think it's coming out of this reservoir. And I'm looking right here and I keep wondering, is there supposed to be some kind of a second gasket there? Something's not right. That's all I know, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day, man. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I got a lot of cars out here. I got a lot of work to do, including, yeah, I got a big old drill for something that I'm about to work on. I finally didn't drive the truck today. I drove the Plaid. That poor car has just been parked for, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, not getting used. I sent CVF Racing an email. Believe me, I want to be upfront with you guys. Whatever's going on with this is absolutely not their fault. I promise you guys, I didn't read the directions right. I did something wrong. One of the things I'm sure people are going to say is that maybe I got the high side and low side confused, you know, or the return line confused with the line that goes out, and I did not, because the return line has a baffle in it to keep it from shooting all over the place, and I did check, and that baffle is working like it's supposed to. So it's not that. It could be possibly that I have air leaking into the system it's kind of a rarity, but that could happen. It would cause it to get frothy and cause it to expel the fluid. Other than that, I just don't know. I drove it over here from the shop. I just wanted to get it out of the garage so I can clean up my mess out there. I've temporarily reinstalled Old Red, the old air cleaner. I got to figure something out with that. But what I did is I stuck this. I'm certain now. I'm positive it's coming out of this, and it's getting all over my hood. So what I did is I left this on not too tight, but about like that, and then I'm putting this rag over it. And I'm hoping that if it starts expelling fluid, instead of just shooting it all over my car, at least it can catch the rag and drip maybe straight down. It's a good looking ride. I'd love to take it out on an official test drive. Unfortunately, not today, maybe in the next video. I've done my best to clean up under the hood as much as possible. It looks pretty good. I still have several things to do on this car, including the condenser, the air conditioning lines, and then replacing everything under the dash with the new vintage air unit. That's going to be a lot of fun. But before I even think about going and trying to do any of that, I want to get this last little issue fixed, along with getting an air cleaner figured out for this. Maybe I'll have to do one of those triangle ones. That's about the only thing I can think. If you guys have any ideas as to why I'm shooting power steering fluid all over the place, well, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. Let's fire it up one more time, shall we? She does run good, man. She's also out of gas. That's unfortunate. There's no gas stations around here. One of the other things I want to do is I want to get rid of this radio that's down here, and I want to get a newer version of this, which kind of looks similar to a factory radio, but I want to get a Bluetooth radio. I can get rid of the CD changer, rip out all of that stuff, take out that radio that's in the glove compartment so I can actually use it for like registration and stuff, and just put a nice Bluetooth radio right there. Some good speakers would go a long way in this thing too, but you know, overall it's not a bad ride, man. She's just gonna need a little more tinkering. Then again, I go back to, if I could have just left well enough alone, if I would have not messed with this car, I wouldn't be having any of these issues right now. None of this stuff was exactly necessary, right? I mean, for me it kind of was, because I just wanted to dress her up, man. I wanted her to look good. I'm not looking for a high horsepower engine or anything out of this. I just wanted to, when you pop the hood, you know, you see this and it's like, damn. All right, except for that air cleaner, it just doesn't fit. Other than the air cleaner, you know, you pop the hood, you step back, and you're like, dang, man. Like, that's a sharp-looking 57 Chevy right there. It's almost there. That electric fan works phenomenal. The old one stayed running 24/7. So it's nice to have one that comes on and turns off like it's supposed to. We put the new plugs in, new cap and rotor. Timing is set to where I think it's going to be all right. She sounds pretty healthy. A little bit of a misfire there. True dual exhaust too, so if it misfires, you know exactly where it's misfiring from. Solid over there. We're getting a slight miss. Yeah, it's hiccuping on this side. I'll need to check into that. Could be spark plug related, could be arcing. Did we leave off a plug wire maybe not all the way on? I don't know. Well, either way, we're gonna call it a wrap for this video, guys. Let's see if this is wet. Just sitting here, it shouldn't be, no. Again, the poor car hasn't been driven in forever either, man. It could do it a world of good to put a fresh tank of gas in her and take her for a nice little drive at highway speeds. When you give it the throttle, sounds healthy, man. She sounds good. I'm gonna call this video a wrap, and I think I'm gonna start working on this truck before it gets dark on me, because man, daylight, it gets dark out here like at 5:30, guys. Oh, I left the lights on. Look at that. It's already getting dark on me. And what time is it? It's 4:56. So Yeah, 530. Well, I hope you enjoyed another video of the 57 Chevy. I know not all of you are interested in old American cars like this. That's fine. I get it, man. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's something I enjoy. And even if it doesn't get good views, I still think it's good to post videos like this so that, you know, I don't know, maybe somebody will see it and be like, damn, man, I want to get in to one of these old American cars. I love hearing stories from people. They send me emails or they contact me on YouTube. In the comment section, they tell me, you know, hey, I got into cars watching your videos when I was younger. That is really cool. It's really cool to hear stories of people that watch my videos and now they're into cars. So, you know, maybe not the best views, but at the end of the day, that's not really what it's about. It's just something fun to share with you guys on the channel. With that, I'm going to get out of here, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.